Hi everyone, my name is Sanan Coley, and today I will be sharing the current progress of my research for Assignment 1, which focuses on anxiety and communication avoidance. This topic explores how social and situational anxiety affects the way people interact and sometimes avoid communication altogether. My goal is to examine both traditional and digital communication contexts and see how factors like social anxiety, attachment styles, and generalized differences influence avoidance behavior. For my research, I am focusing on how anxiety influences communication avoidance, including both face to face and digital interactions. I am particularly interested in how social anxiety affects online versus in person communication, the role of attachment, anxiety, and avoidance in online romantic relationships, and generalized differences in communication preferences like texting versus phone calls and associated anxieties. Intervention strategies that can reduce situational anxieties and avoidance. When I searched EBSCO host, I used keywords like communication anxiety, communication avoidance, social anxiety and digital communication, attachment anxiety in online relationships. These relationships produce a plethora of results, giving me a range of scholarly articles to examine. I focused on recent studies from psychological and communication journals to ensure the relevance of the source. So far, what I understand about Assignment 1 is that it requires me to synthesize the findings of multiple studies to explain how anxiety and avoidance are connected. One aspect I am still clarifying is how best to organize studies by communication modality. Face to face, phone calls, and text messaging. So that my paper clearly shows a pattern of avoidance across these contexts. All of the sources for this topic come from a plethora of authors that I do not know how to pronounce their name. I will go ahead and spell it out for you right here because I don't want to butcher it. Right now, my research paper, a summary of key findings from the article, for example, the 2005 article explaining the anxieties and the uncertainties are strongly linked to avoidance in both intercultural and same cultural communication. The 2018 article found that individuals with higher attachment anxieties rely on more technological mediation, mediated communication, which may reduce relationship qualities. The 2020 article demonstrates that homework, complacence, and social functioning can influence social avoidance in therapy contexts. Lastly, the 2005 article shows that younger adults have higher anxiety about phone calls and prefer texting because it gives them control. Analysis of patterns between types of anxiety and communication modality. 3. Premeditarily discussions of intervention that can reduce anxiety, such as structured communication practice or technology-based tools. Work still remaining to do will be integrating all of the cohesive narratives that clearly explain the relationship between anxiety and communication avoidance, explaining all implications for both digital and face-to-face communication contexts, adding more critical analysis of the limitations of each study, such as sample size, range, and methodology, ensuring all APA formatting is consistent, including paper and text citation and complete reference lists. In summary, my research on anxiety and communication avoidance is progressing well. I have identified key studies, summarized their findings, and am now working on connecting these findings into a clear argument. My next steps include completing the paper draft, finalizing AP formatting, and comparing all tables and figures to visually display patterns of anxiety and avoidance. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I look forward to any feedbacks and suggestions you may have.